Good evening. Welcome to the Handmaidens. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm here with my Scottish son, Mercury. Mwah! We love him. Yes. He's not so happy since he lost his Irish. According to Ancestry.com, his DNA went... Anyhow, as promised, when I made the corned beef and cabbage, Irish soda bread, I said I had one more thing I was going to make. And tonight we are making Irish coffee. And I'm going to have Merc make it, and I'm going to shout out some directions. How do you feel about that?
Feel wonderful.
Okay, so we have some guests here that are in Lent, which is like, why would they put St. Patrick's Day in the middle of Lent if you're giving up such things like Irish coffee? Irish coffee has the four main food groups, which are caffeine, sugar, fat, and alcohol. And that's pretty much off most people's Lent checklists, if that's something that you do. But so we're going to make a mock one for somebody that is still drinking caffeine, and we're going to make a herbal tea, and then we're going to make 2 Irish coffees for your hosts here. So follow along. This is something you're going to love, something that's easy, something that has a long history. The first thing we have to do is fill each of these glasses with hot water. I've got some pre-boiled back there, my son. Nope, that's the coffee. That's the coffee. Try, because you never want to make coffee, pour coffee into a cold glass. So we're going to pre-warm, and then we're just going to dump that out. So let's get them hot. But one of them we can turn into a tea.
What do we need?
Fill them right up. Make those glasses hot. You think I don't have enough water?
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Stage crew is more.
Irish coffee was invented in Ireland in 1943. In Limerick Island, yes. At an airport, the Shannon Airport, by Joe Sheridan. He was the chef at the airport. There was look at that. There we go. How about you slop a tea bag in one of them? Okay. He was a reporter. He was actually a travel reporter that was on a stop where they fuel stop going to the United States, and I don't know where he was coming from. And I think it was bad weather. They had to turn around. They went back, and they were all kind of grumpy. And they said, "Hey," told Joe Sheridan, "Hey, why don't you make some drinks to warm these people up?" So he invented a coffee and whiskey drink, and they were all very happy, and they were tasting it and said, "It's so good. Is this Brazilian coffee?" And he said, "No, it's Irish coffee." And from that moment on, it's had its name. Then it traveled, got famous, went to San Francisco, and to this day, we all drink Irish coffee. Not always. I do have a story about my daughter Janelle, who was actually behind the camera, who was on Lent and won't be having one of these, of my first Irish coffee that I had that nearly saved my life. But let's get moving. Let's dump this water out. Not that one. Okay, you can just dump it in the sink, sure. We got them nice and hot. Okay, whoops. If grad school doesn't work out, you'll be able to make Irish coffee for a living.
That's right.
There we go.
Oh.
Now, we're going to do 2. Oh, this is going to be tough, yeah. It's because it's brown sugar. Whoa. 2 teaspoons of brown sugar in the bottom of each glass. 1. You got to work it a little bit. This has been around. That's the nature of brown sugar. It gets hard. You know, it's not like...
We should have massaged it.
It's not like... Well, yeah, go ahead. You go.
I guess I'll
go ahead.
Take it from here.
Yeah. And I'm going to get some coffee, hot coffee that I perked. First I ground the beans. Then I made this nice vintage coffee pot.
You didn't ground those beans, did you?
Yeah, I did.
You did? Good for you.
I did.
Good for you. You should have made a video on that.
Oh,
too.
I am going to. I used, hold on. This is my coffee grinder, and I used 8 o'clock coffee beans.
That's great. That's amazing.
And I could have ground them by hand with my hand grinder. And someday I will make a video.
That would be a good video.
That would be a good video. Just don't get a lot at a time. And to prove, these are my coffee beans.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm not messing around here.
I thought you were trying to pull it over on
1943, what kind of coffee you think they were drinking?
Irish coffee, apparently.
Irish coffee, that's right. So then we're going to pour enough coffee, fresh perked, from the whole bean, and we're going to stir that in there. Okay.
We can rotate.
Yep, rotate. There you go. And there. Dissolve that hard sugar. It's not hard, hardly hard anymore. Hardy hard. One thing that the Irish like to do, they're good storytellers. It's hard to tell a story sometimes when you're making Irish coffee. And they say they like to come and drink and a little bit of crack. And you can't say that in the United States because that has an entirely different meaning. But that's when they stop and have a little small talk, a little bit of crack. Okay, so we stirred in 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. This one, we'll put that over there because we're going to remember that's a mocktail. And now we're going to add, we have this beautiful bottle of Tullamore Dew, the legendary Irish whiskey. The difference between Irish whiskey and Scotch whiskey is this is triple distilled, where Scotch is only double distilled. Sorry, Merc, no offense. And we're going to put in 2 ounces, a big one, fill it to the top in these 2 guys. It'll mix. You don't want to put that in with the sugar because it won't mix so well. This is just, I don't know if it'll wake you up or put you to sleep, but we're going to find out. Then we're going to fill the glasses to the top, but while I'm doing that, like an inch or so, because that's where the magic happens, up there. I'm going to have you do a job, Mark, because you're stronger than me. We're going to have you shake this heavy whipping cream, not to make full Cool Whip or anything, but we're going to get it nice and thick. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you know why I needed you, right? And then we're going to have it layer right on top. Okay? Start shaking. That's it. So you get it into a nice consistency. You don't want to make it full whipped cream. If you did, you'd use a blender or something. Some sort of mixer. There we go. So we've got our 2 teaspoons of sugar in a hot glass, followed by 2 ounces of Irish whiskey. Fill up the glass with fresh brewed coffee from the bean. And then shake your whipped cream. What do you think? How's it doing?
I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get there tonight.
Yeah. Keep on shaking. And then you got to do, and you know what? I should have kept that hot water. Let's see do I have any more? No more in there. I'm going to heat this spoon. You should have a hot spoon probably to do this. But maybe not. Maybe it won't matter.
I don't know that it will.
Okay. Have you ever done this? Will you pour it on over the spoon?
No.
We're going to pour it over the spoon to layer. I think you've made ice cream.
What do you think?
I think it's good. Let's try it. Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, that looks nice. Look at that. Is that beautiful or what? OMG. And for those people that don't know, today is not only St. Patrick's Day, it's also St. Gertrude's Day. And she is a patron saint of cats. And I defy her to have as many as I have. So, and Laura has a little story about cats today. But I'll let her tell her news in her next video. And then our mocktail. There we go. That one will keep you up. This one may put you sideways. And there you have it. We got some for another round, for another time. As soon as we get off camera. So, in Ireland, as they say, Slainte. Here we go, Merc.
Slainte.
Slainte means to good health.